eggs going in the pan like that, and then quickly bowl over the top. Bowl over the top. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our butter and we're just going to put that around the pan like this, just melting it around, all the way around, just like that. And that's going to give us a nice slippery surface for us to head in with our egg white. So the egg white's going to go in. I'm going to move these eggs back a little bit for now. And then the egg white is going to go in the pan just like that. Egg white is in. And now, my friends, it's time to beat. Okay, so we're now going in with the electric whisk. And this is, you can try this at home anytime you like. If you want a really delicious snack. But inside there are our eggs. You can see them there. And we're just going to whisk this up around the egg, okay? That's coming around the egg. Giving that a really good whisk all the way around. And they're going to get all fluffy and delicious. So you can just see it. That's all starting to set there. So let's just get that. Oh yeah, I can smell it already. In a moment, I'm going to lift off this, and you're going to see exactly how the whole thing comes together. So watch very closely. In a minute, I'm just going to lift that off. But first, we're just going to whisk these eggs. Beautiful. Beautiful there. And I'm getting ready to lift that whole thing off. Okay. A little bit of a splash there, but that's okay. We're going to go all the way around. I'm going to lift this off, and you're going to see the yolk starting to cook in the middle there. This is our egg white. And in a moment's time, we're going to be adding some other bits and pieces to that. But first, let's just get... I'm going to lift that off, okay? Second, we'll just twist that, we're going to lift it up. You can see the eggs inside there, just the egg yolks. Delicious, absolutely delicious egg yolks. And you can see around here that the egg white is starting to harden. So now that that's starting to get nice and fluffy, there we go, that egg white has got nice and fluffy now. You'll see we're starting to get those nice little peaks around the outside. Okay, it's time to start adding in our other flavors. I've got some green onions, some scallion here. This is what's going to go inside that egg white, because you'll see in our final stage, once I lift that up and we fold it, the whole thing becomes a nice, neat little parcel. So let's just pop our cheese and our scallions inside there. I've got a little salt and a little pepper. This smells amazing, guys. I don't know if you like eggs for breakfast. Give us a thumbs up. Do you like egg whites? Do you like egg yolks? Share this with your friends. We've got some salt and pepper in there. We've started to put that in. Now we're going to take that whisk and we're just going to whisk again all the way around, mixing all that egg white in with our cheese and our scallions and all those delicious flavors you can see coming together around the outside of the pan there. That is beautiful. Oh my goodness me. You can smell it cooking, all that egg white. It's going to be fluffy like a little cloud. Okay, and you can see that there. Now I'm going to pick up that central glass, which has got our egg yolks in. I don't know if you can see that. There's our egg yolks in there. We're going to pick that up, and that's going to allow the whole thing to just come together. The final stages, we'll be folding this whole thing. So let's just get that all nice and cooked around the outside. Hello, my friends. I can see we've got Sharon here. Sharon said, well, I'm just going to put a bit more butter in there. We just need a little bit more butter around the outside of the pan. That's just going to allow that whole thing to cook, the whole thing to come together. It's going to be absolutely delicious. So let's just pop that butter around the pan. Just like that. Delicious. Oh my goodness me, this smells so good, guys. So Sharon's commenting on there. She's saying, what is happening? Well, what's happening is we've just placed our egg yolks in the center here. We covered them with a bowl. The bowl's in the center. That's heat and steam is building up inside there. In a moment, we're going to lift that up. And then you'll see around here, we've got our egg whites. And what I've done is I've just folded in around our egg whites. We put some cheese and some scallions and some delicious salt and pepper, and that's all just starting to come together now, and you'll see the whole thing is really starting to come out really nice. So just keep on, you want that pan to stay really lubricated, so just keep lubricating that pan, keeping it nice and moist, keeping that butter in there. That's really going to make all the difference in just a few more seconds. So in just a second, we're ready to lift this up and pull the whole thing out, and you will see absolutely delicious, perfect eggs. We're separating the egg, the yolk and the white, and you can see that is now starting to come together beautifully. I'm just going to hit that with a little more pepper, okay, just a little more pepper on there, hitting around the egg white, okay, and this is a great way to serve it because you'll see in a moment when we pull the whole thing out, and I lift that up, when we pull the whole thing out, you'll see those amazing colors, the amazing cheddar, you'll see it all really, really quite delicious. And then you've got a situation where people can really choose what part of the egg they want. Well, my friends, I think our egg white here is pretty much, it's good to go. So let's get it out. Let's lift our let's just give that a little shift. And we're going to lift it out, and we're going to take a look at exactly what we've got, my friends. So let's just give that one last little mix there, because we've still got some egg white there. See how fluffy that is? See how beautiful and fluffy that whole thing is? Look at that. Absolutely delicious, wonderful, and nutritious for the whole family. So now that we've got that all finishing cooking, we can lift the whole thing out. I'm just going to butter up those outside one last time. And Steve's just joined us. He says, what are we cooking? Well, Steve, what we've done is we've taken some egg white and our egg yolks, and we've separated them. We've placed them into this beautiful skillet here. And now the two are cooking separately. The steam is building up inside our egg yolks there. We're going to lift this off, and we're going to see exactly what we've got. There's one more little phase we have to do to fold the whole thing and get it out of the pan. And trust me, my friends, this is delicious. So that's that. The pepper's gone on, the salt's gone on, we've got our cheese in there, we've got our scallions, we've got the whole thing cooking. I'm going to put a little more cheese inside there just to finish it off, because I don't know about you, but I love cheese with my eggs, and this really makes it a meal that you can eat at any time of the day or night. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. So let's lift this off and take a look inside the whole thing. We're just finishing off there, that butter really causing those eggs to set. And now we're just going to come to our final stage, which is really, really easy. You can see all that delicious egg coming together in a really nice manner. So let's lift this out. If you're ready to see the oh my goodness, oh yeah, it's happening. It's happening inside there. You'll see the eggs are starting to change. Do you see that? We're getting a little bit of color on them. They're going to be nice and runny on the inside, crispy on the outside. So let's get this thing out here. You want to see the whole thing, because when you see the underside of the, oh my goodness, when you see the underside of this, you're going to see exactly why this was worth the wait and worth the effort. So give us a thumbs up if you're ready to see it. Give us some love, give us a heart, give us some love, give us a thumbs up. I'm going to lift this out, and we're going to take a look at the underside of the whole thing, all fluffy on the top and delicious, and on the underside we're going to have that crispy thin layer. When we cut into it, you're going to see all those amazing textures and flavors inside. So if you're ready, my friends, let's plate this up. I've got a plate right here. Let's get the whole thing plated up and ready to go. Okay, it's time for, I don't know about you, but I'm hungry. It's time to lift this out and see what we have created. So let's get this let's get this little fella out of the pan and just working it free there with the spatula, making sure that it's really cooked up nice. And let's do this final stage. So I'm going to lift up the central glass bowl first, and then you'll start to see as the dish really starts to come together. Okay, my friends. So let's pick that up. I think I need a towel to do this. So here we go. Let's pick that up and take a look what we've got inside. Oh my goodness me, yeah, that looks really good. That's come together really nice. Just picking up our bowl. You can see that. And then inside the middle, we've got our eggs coming together as well. Just like that. Let's pick that up. Okay, so final stage. What do you do next? You see we've got that little honeycomb that's coming right in the center. We've got that little ring around the outside. We're going to just push those into the center. Looks like a little bee's been there. And now what we do, this is the very important step. We're going to take the ketchup and we're just going to place a little dab all the way around like that, okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to do the same on our eggs. They're getting all nice and crispy in the center. Give us a thumbs up if this is something you might try at home. It's something that the kids can really enjoy. And you'll see now that ring is coming together on the outside. We're going to lift the whole lot up, pop it down onto our plate. We're going to have nice crispy bottoms to the egg whites. We've got a nice solidified egg yolk, kind of like a deviled egg. And then the whole thing is going to be absolutely delicious. So watch very closely as I lift it out. Let's see if we can. I can see Trish is asking there. Yeah, these are free range eggs. I try to always use free range where I can. Much happier hens, happier lives, and the flavor is so much more beautiful when you use a free range hen. So let's lift this out so you can see. Oh yeah, that's looking really good. And we've got this moist ring of white all the way around, really delicious. So let's get this out. Let's serve it up. I'm just gonna place my spatula in between all those little edges of ketchup that I've put in there. There it is, beautiful. Okay, I can see some thumbs up. Thanks for the thumbs up and the likes, guys. I see some thumbs up and hearts, thank you. If you want to see the finished item, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a heart, because trust me, you are going to find this absolutely delicious. And share this with your friends, because this is a recipe, well, actually, you might want to even keep it to yourself. So let's pick this out here, just getting that final thing finished, just getting the heat on there. And trust me, it really is quite delicious. I'm going to finish up with a little more butter around the pan. A good friend of mine who's French, he says the three main ingredients of French cooking are butter, butter, and butter. So, so I guess that's what we're going to do. We're going to really get that pan nice and well lubricated so we can get those eggs out. Okay, my friends? So if you like butter, give us a thumbs up. If you've got high cholesterol, give us an angry face. Maybe don't, because it might make you angry. So here it is, all nice and lubricated now with the butter. We're ready to go. We're ready to serve this up. So if you want to see this served up on the plate, then give us a thumbs up, because I'm about ready to do it. So we're going to cut into our egg yolks here. I'm going to do them in quarters. Okay, that's really important, okay, to get that nice and neat, because that's going to have a nice little crispy bottom and a nice solidified egg top, okay. This is almost like a reverse egg, because we've got the solidified yolk and the more kind of moist and fluffy outside. So we're going to lift that up and get that served up onto the plate. What I've got over here is a fish slice. We're going to use the fish slice to help lift that out. So we're just going to come in here. We're going to move those out a little bit like this, and you're going to see the pièce de résistance in just a moment. Now that we've moved those little egg corners out like that. You see that? Okay, because you're looking at me thinking, this is not a pancake. So, what are we going to do? I'm going to show you now. I'm going to take that, slice it out, slice it to the sides, just like that. And now what we're going to do, we've got that sliced out, is we're going to add our final 4 eggs. They're going to go in the center of the pan, just like that. One there we go. And then one here we go. In there, that's it, in it goes. 1, 2, 3, and this guy is about ready to serve. This guy is ready to go and ready to rock and roll. We've got those beautiful fluffy white eggs on the outside. We've got the delicious hard yolks on the inside, and then right in the center here, we've got this lovely, beautiful, finished project right there. So just, you're gonna see now, through here, just as, let me move that in so you can see that on camera a little bit more. There you go. So we've got that whole thing cooking. We're gonna slice it out now. Just gonna let those, as you can see, those eggs are hardening up beautifully. I'm gonna pull the whole thing out and serve it up here on this platter. So just finishing off with a final little bit of ketchup on those little dots. Those are where our little marks are. Can you see that sizzling? Can you see that sizzling? Let's get some more beautiful butter in there. That's it, there we go. Oh, let's get some more beautiful butter around the pan, just like that, because we are about ready to serve this, my friends. You'll see these eggs, they are gonna solidify very, very quickly. So keep your eyes on those, because I've turned this right up. And now we're going to get that lovely crispy fried flavor all the way across the eggs with those beautiful little fried eggs in the middle. Little twist of pepper on each one. It's a 3-way fried egg fiesta. Oh my goodness, it's a 3-way fried egg fiesta, because what we've got here is we've got the whole fried eggs, we've got the separated yolks, we've got the whites, we've got the whole thing coming together beautifully. And now, my friends, if you're ready, thank you for waiting around. I wanted you guys to see how this thing was going to turn out. Now that we're ready to serve it, give us a thumbs up if you want me to pull this out onto the plate. We're going to cut it up on the platter. In fact, let's give this the let's give this little dish the send-off it deserves. So we're going to plate this whole guy up on this wooden platter here, and you can place that in the center of the table for the whole family to enjoy. So let's get this out and get this beautiful dish served up on the platter. If you're watching along, if you're cooking along, if this is something you try at home, give us a thumbs up if you're ready to see this, because I don't want to overcook it. The whole thing is ready to go. So we just take our final bit of ketchup. We're going to do that one last little, there we go, right the way across the yolks, right the way across the whole thing, and then watch what happens, because this is the final step. When you put that on there, that steam, in just a few seconds' time, is going to cook the whole thing. The eggs, the yolks, the whites, they're all steaming under that pot. So let's get that thing, oh yes, let's get that thing served up on the platter here for our hungry guests. If you're hungry, this is making me hungry. If you're hungry, my friends, give us a thumbs up, give us some love, and let's get into this delicious treat. Okay, let's get it up here and get it served, because my mouth is watering and I'm sure yours is too. So now we're about ready, I think. Let's just give that a little bit more time. There we go, that's ready to go. And we're just going to scramble those eggs in the center, and then we're going to be ready to go. There we go. So now this is where we scramble these, and you'll see that that starts to mix everything together really nicely. And now we can serve the whole thing up. There we go. Oh yeah, can you hear that? Can you hear that? That's really starting to come together now. Really starting to come together. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. So let's get this served up, my friends. If you're ready, give us a thumbs up. If you're hungry, if you can smell it, give us some love, give us some hearts. Sharon's saying, what on earth are you cooking here? We've separated our egg whites, we've added the egg yolks, we've got ourselves a little egg pie here, and the whole thing absolutely delicious. Let's get it plated up here. As you can see, we're just pushing that last bit of egg yolk around the pan, and you'll see as those colors start to mold. Look at that. Absolutely delicious. Do you see the colors there? Really, really nice, coming together with a beautiful little, this is the final stage, because you'll see as that raw egg seeps in around the rest of the plate, we get this really nice omelette effect. And when we cut into this in just a second, you're not going to believe your eyes. So let's get this turned over. There we go. Look at that now. You see that? All those different styles of egg coming together, forming this really nice little pie. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Let's serve some up for you. And try this at home, my friends. It's a really exceptional dish, pardon the pun. And if you like your eggs soft, if you like your eggs raw, you can just reach on in there. Look at that. Tomato, scallions, cheese. What is there not to like? We've got the crispiness of the eggs. I'm going to show you the bottom of the egg here. Take a look at the bottom of the egg here. Got that lovely crispiness coming through. Let's turn the whole thing over. Delicious. Crispy bottoms. Turning that whole thing. You could throw some rice in here if you wanted to. In fact, let's pop that back in. You can throw some rice in here if you want to, and you get a delicious breakfast egg fried rice. So share this with your friends, and we'll see